The Battle of Kashyyyk at the end of the Clone Wars was one of the largest battles of the entire conflict, and if the war had dragged on without Sith interference, its outcome would have decided the fate of the galaxy. But before the ground battle we all know and love took place, there was another battle in orbit. In this battle, the brave men of the 501st Legion got into starfighter cockpits and broke the Confederacy's blockade of Kashyyyk, but at a high cost. When General Grievous began his assault on Kashyyyk, he began by blockading the planet, which either had no defense fleet or had one that was weak enough to be summarily pulverized. The Confederacy's blockade of the planet was pretty much airtight and contained a large number of well-armed warships. When the Republic task force sent to take the planet reached Kashyyyk, it became apparent that the battle would be bloody, and the CIS had a distinct advantage. The 501st Legion was nonetheless deployed as starfighter pilots alongside the Republic Starfighter Corps' regular pilots, and they were tasked with a series of increasingly dangerous tasks.
Separatists' invasion of Kashyyyk caught the Republic flat-footed. A detachment of the 501st was sent in to stop the bleeding until reinforcements could arrive. It was a textbook suicide mission, and we knew it. As we fought our way into Kashyyyk's atmosphere, most of us believed that the only way we'd be getting off this planet was in a body bag.
The men of the 501st began their mission by attacking a pair of Munificent-class star frigates that were shielding the CIS command ship. Though the men of the 501st were not clone pilots, many standard clones had undergone flash training at the start of the Outer Rim sieges that allowed them to function for that role, and the 501st was among the units that received such training. This training allowed the 501st to destroy both frigates with a minimum of loss, allowing them to move on to the command ship. The Providence-class destroyer that the Confederacy was commanding the blockade from found itself under attack from 501st flown bombers, who took out the ship's targeting bridge and heavy turbo lasers so as to allow a gunship of clone marines to land in the warship's hangar. Once inside, the clones set to work sabotaging the internal workings of the destroyer, while their brothers continued to hammer down the warship's shields outside. The saboteurs destroyed the destroyer's life support and engines, crippling it. While the Republic fleet focused fire on the command ship, the boarding party that was still aboard managed to steal a tactical holocron that contained the Confederacy's plan for the invasion of Kashyyyk, which they took back to the Republic flagship. Thanks to the quick intervention of the 501st Legion, the command ship was destroyed, creating a gap in the blockade of Kashyyyk that the Republic exploited.
As the 501st finally broke through the Sep blockade over Kashyyyk, I took a long look back at the battle that continued to rage over the planet, and wondered why so many had to die for a bunch of walking carpets. Then I followed my orders and turned planetward.
With the Confederacy's blockade in tatters, Master Yoda arrived with the rest of the Republic fleet, securing control of orbit and landing troops at Kashyyyk, the strategic Wookiee city that the Confederacy was preparing to launch an assault on. We all know how that battle went, but it would have gone much differently had the men of the 501st not done their job. A job, I might add, that they weren't even originally intended to be able to do. So that's the story of breaking the blockade of Kashyyyk near the end of the Clone Wars. And as we stated before, 501st pilots with minimal training were able to break through this blockade, with heavy casualties albeit, but it's still an amazing feat, and I think it goes underappreciated. And as most of you know, this story does come from the original Star Wars Battlefront 2, I might add the greatest Star Wars game of all time, with Knights of the Old Republic coming in a close second. And as per usual, I want to know your thoughts in the comments section below. Do you agree with me when I say this goes underappreciated? And what do you think of the 501st pilots? I think just in general, they do go underappreciated because of the quality of the 212th pilots, which I think we'll talk about in a later video. And just before you go, if you want to become a 501st pilot, make sure you check out our Geetsly's gaming network, where we have a Clone Wars roleplay where you can do just that, an Imperial roleplay where you can be a 501st Stormtrooper pilot, and a Halo roleplay for all of you who love some Halo. And don't forget about our Roblox, because you can become a Roblox 501st pilot as well. They're all a lot of fun, so make sure you check out all the links in the description below. Anyways guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.